Assalamualaikum. My name is Ali Shazad, and I will be talking about the invasion of the Asian tiger mosquito. When you think about the number, or the most annoying insects in the world, you'll probably think tick, lice, flies, roaches. But the number one most annoying insect is most definitely going to be the mosquito, and the Asian tiger mosquito is even higher than most normal mosquitoes that are around. And the invasion of the Asian tiger mosquito is extremely harmful to the U.S. environment as it was imported or accidentally transported to U.S. from Southeast Asia due to them being caught in tire cappings, and they were transported from Southeast Asia to southeast of U.S. and now they have spread all over the U.S. and they've severely harmed the environment and affected the biodiversity. And getting bit by one of these can lead to, of course, the itchiness that you normally get from mosquito, but there's also a possibility that you might get a disease from these mosquitoes as they have the three main diseases that they are known for: dengue, chikungunya, and Zika. These diseases have been known to affect the the human body, but they have not taken a life yet. Hopefully, they never will. Even though mosquitoes are known to be the most dangerous species to take human lives. And the way it affects the biodiversity is because of like the lifespan or the birth rate of it is like just a week. The population increases very rapidly and it overcrowds the native species, which only populate maybe every few weeks or something. Though that might be small, or that might be um quick, like 3 months birth rate, that I mean 3 weeks birth rate, like that's crazy. But the Asian tiger mosquito is just you know faster, so they have like a 1 week birth rate span, right? And they'll populate in like huge amount of numbers in like a few, like maybe a month, right? And of course this disrupts the native species and basically moves them out, or like takes away all the space that the native species had for themselves, which are now being overtaken by the Asian tiger mosquito. And of course their targets are, there aren't like normal mosquitoes who are very picky. These guys, they'll just have about blood from anything. They'll have from horses, deer, birds, of course us. They probably can take it from like bears, maybe even like dogs. Of course, dogs and cats. They are not very picky when it comes to the blood. They just need blood. And fun fact about the Asian tiger mosquito is that normal mosquito needs to have a normal female mosquito needs to have a full belly of blood to give birth. The Asian tiger mosquito can have maybe even a quarter of its belly full. A female one can only have can have its belly like a quarter full, and it'll still be able to give birth to over like 300 larvae, right? And these larvae that you see right here, these are probably going to be here for like maybe like 2 days and like 3 hours. And like I said before, the birth rate of it is about a week, and female mosquitoes can give birth at once 300 larvae, and in that time 300 mosquitoes are given birth to. And the thing that makes them spread very easily is that they can give birth basically anywhere that has warm water, right? Such as pots, birth baths, tire cappings, which have like small little puddles of water that have been there due to maybe rain or something. Maybe even the little puddles in the road, the little cracks in the cracks in the road which have water in them. They could also be a source of breeding or birthing, right, area. and plastic bags that have been left out in the rain. No one took care of it, or not. No one's taking care of the environment. They just left it out, and now it's a place for the Asian tiger mosquito to give birth to. There's have been some solutions to prevent the increase of or the spread of the Asian tiger mosquito. One is that we could possibly increase the population of fish and reptiles that feed on the Asian tiger mosquito, because mostly they feed on, like, puddles of water, and mostly if there's like a big lake, they the mosquitoes lay eggs are on the edges, which is like, where most like little fishes, basically. So the smaller fishes, like, hang out around because they're not big enough to go anywhere else or deeper into the lake, so they just hang around there. So that's like a free food for them. But if there's too many and there's too little like fish there, they'll probably that's gonna you know they won't be able to finish all of it, or they won't be able to prevent the spread of the Asian tiger mosquito. Another solution is that we could install bird or bat houses in areas that have the mosquito. It is known that bats every single night eat roughly about 300 plus mosquitoes. Birds, they've been known to eat like 100 plus, but bats are like most dominant at the night, as they have their echolocation, which helps them a lot. But there's also challenges to both of these solutions, such as, even though we can increase the population of the fishes and the amphibians slash reptiles, that could lead to the unbalance of biodiversity, because there's too overpopulated species, and there's nothing to compete or, like, control their population, which, like, um, basically risks the biodiversity of the environment. So, that's another thing. And plus, there's probably not going to be enough food for both of the populations of species, because there's going to be so many more fishes and so many more lizards that there's not going to be enough food for both of them. Uh, for the bat and bird houses, it has been scientifically proven that the amount of bat houses or bird houses doesn't, like, it barely affects the population of the tiger mosquitoes. Probably like 1 or 2%, but like that's probably the max that they could do. They don't do anything, even though the bat like eats 300 plus mosquitoes every night. And also, it costs quite a lot for the government to do such a big thing, and for people as well. My solution to this is that we can use the carcass of a horse or any big carcass of and it, like a cow, bison, bull, something, some big animal that can attract many female mosquitoes, because they're the one that give birth, and attract them to bring them to the area where the carcass can be burned, which has the female mosquitoes, and then that decreases the risk of them spreading and breeding to other places. But of course, there has to be challenges to this solution as well, such as, there could be carnivorous lizards, carnivorous insects that, we don't want to kill off, but they'll probably get killed because we won't know that they're getting burned while the mosquitoes are being burned, because, we are mainly focusing on the insects, and we probably won't even notice the small little lizards, that carnivorous lizards or snakes, that are chewing inside out of the horse, and that could decrease their population, and we do that unknowingly. And of course, another way is just, you know keep mosquito repellent on you every single time you go out, whenever you're in an area where the Asian tiger mosquito is such a um like a known thing to be there, where that the mosquito is just an everyday thing. Like, you can't go outside without a mosquito repellent, because the moment you do go outside without a mosquito repellent, you're just gonna get bit all over. You're basically just like a free buffet for the mosquitoes. As many solutions there can be, there's always has to be challenges, and we're still trying to prevent the spread of the Asian tiger mosquito. Jazakallah khairan.